In keeping with the National Poetry Month theme of a world of poetry, I'm going to read a couple of poems now that are about my mother. The first one is set in Ireland. One of my sisters and I took her there 11 years ago for a visit. Mom was born in Ireland and always loved to get back for visits, and this, of course, ended up being her last time there. Not surprising because she was 88 when we took her. And it's called I Will Not Speak of Birds. There is no cormorant on the Garavogue River, although one appeared in a line of an Evan Boland poem I read on the train to Sligo, whispering aloud the words that leapt from one to another, smooth rocks skipping on a pond. I will not mention the white swan preening, webbed feet tangled in reeds. Nor will I discuss the heron, its prehistoric eye fixed on my mother's round Irish face as she gazed across the ancient bridge, pondered long ago winds and waves that took her away from this fierce land she loves. The second poem, oddly enough, written fairly recently, has a very sort of similar title in a way. First one was called I Will Not Speak of Birds. This one is called This Bird Will Fly. Obviously, I'm going to be sitting around now thinking about why I keep putting birds into titles of mum poems, but anyway, here we go. This bird will fly. Mostly she sleeps now, wakened, sometimes easily, sometimes not, by a hand on her shoulder, a word in her ear. She says she likes her tiny room, chooses to see what's good about it. On one wall, a favorite batik, its familiar lines and colors, a constant in this, her final home. On another, black and white pictures of her and her sister as children speak to what's left of her memory. On the chair in the corner meant for guests sits the toy dog she named Baby. She cuddles him, talks to him, worries he needs to go out to pee. I tell her the nurse has taken. Ow, ow, friggin' ow, she snaps mid-swing from the sling above her bed that lifts her to her chair. When you're almost 100, everything hurts. Lunch arrives. She pokes at it, a bird exploring the edge of a pond for an acceptable scrap. Finds nothing. Are we going out for dinner? I tell her we are not. I'm not eating this crap. I explain she needs to eat if she's going to make the century, get that note she's always wanted from the Queen. She considers this a moment, then, do you think the Queen wears Depends? Her brain no longer puts things where they're supposed to go, but still produces grammar-perfect, nonsensical sentences. Did you remember, she asks, to put the skin of the bird in the package by the door? I tell her I'm going to Mexico, that I'll swim in the ocean, see pelicans and crocodiles. I love swimming, she says. I'm going again this summer. I've never been to Mexico. Can I come? I tell her the flight's too long, her fair skin would hate the sun, she wouldn't like the food. She nods, then wonders if I'm going to wear my knee-high stockings to the fair. It's as if her brain knows what's going on, when suddenly a door opens to a set of stairs that leads to where? Someplace different every day. Someplace she's never been.